What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, going to be going over the trades we have taken today inside the Discord, as well as the game plan going into tomorrow. So this is what we ended up looking like on the 30-minute chart for the calls and the puts. So if we look here, 30-minute time frame, going into today, we were still pretty much within a neutral range. It's pretty much how it was. So this chart crossing, told you guys yesterday to watch to see if this could actually cross the 50 curl up and flatten out for this trend to flip bullish, which that didn't happen. You guys can see we went up crossing negative on the call side, which put us back in a neutral range. So given that today wasn't going to be the best day when it came to price action, that's usually how it goes when we enter the neutral phase. So I really wasn't looking to take a lot of trades today. I was looking for probably one setup, and if we got it, was going to take it. If not, no trades. So given that we're in the neutral range here, now we go to ES, look at the fibs that we're looking to take a trade off of and the current range that we're in. So this is what we looked like today. We ended up playing this short yesterday, caught a nice move out of it, and now today we're back at the bottom of the range. After hours we're down quite a bit, so tomorrow most likely we will be changing the fibs. With how the price action was today, I didn't end up changing these because it was very choppy around this fib. So waiting for to see how the rest of the day went before changing this fib was the way to go. Probably doesn't really matter. We're probably going to open below it tomorrow. So if you did change it, it's probably still fine, but it was just very choppy around this fib. So I didn't end up flipping it because you guys know if we end up closing below this fib right here, the 38.2, which we did, close below 2 candles, and we went at least 10 points below it. So that's the criteria for us to flip. And what we would do is flip the 0 and the 100% because we don't change this. We don't make the new pivot up in here because there is no trend. There wasn't any established trend on the 30-minute. The 30-minute chart never ended up getting the 50 to curl on the call side, so there was really no trend to go off of for that pivot. So that's why all we do is just flip the 0% and the 100%, and then we'd be back to shorting the rips and be focused on the downside. So that's pretty much what went on today. And the trade that I did end up taking was a short, and it was one because we were starting to break below this fib on the 30-minute, and then also the puts were crossing. So my only trade today was this 5-minute put cross right up in here. I ended up taking this at, let's see what time. It was at 11:44. I ended up shorting, and I took a break even on this. On this pullback, on this candle right up in here, or actually on this candle, I think I ended up getting in on the pullback, or it might have been this one. Let me check. I ended up getting out at 12:11. Yeah, so on this candle, when this candle started pullback, that's when I got out. I just didn't like how the 0DT chart was looking, so ended up just getting out of that break even on the pullback. I entered, like I said, at 44, so that was during this candle right up in here. Got a little bit of a move. I wasn't up that much, probably around 30 to 40 points at most. But of course, I'm looking for more, especially since we're at that fib level. I was expecting it to give a really solid move, at least 70, 80 points for before I trim any. But yeah, that was the only trade I ended up taking today. Nothing else really was, I was interested in. It was very choppy rest of the day. And like I said, since we're still in that neutral range, that was a good idea. When we're sitting between 2 fibs, neutral range on the 30-minute charts as well, you want to be staying out and just wait for price action to do something. Wait for us to break out of the range. Wait for us to get a 30-minute cross. Just something where we're not neutral. And those are the conditions you want to be favoring and taking advantage of. Right now, we're not in the best scenario to be slapping size on trades. So even this trade today, I was a little bit lighter because I wasn't super confident in it. Because we were still within that range, and yeah, that was the only trade we ended up taking today. Going into tomorrow, what do we look like? Like I said, still in this neutral range. So 30-minute chart is going to be key on the puts and the calls. I'd love to see us just get a nice cross on the put side. This is actually the 660. So tomorrow's Thursday. These contracts would have to move a ton in order to cross, most likely. The next week's contracts, which we will be picking on Friday, will be looking a lot better, I'd imagine. So end of the day on Thursday, I'll probably start to look at the next Friday contracts. Since on Friday we'll be picking new ones, just kind of see what we look like going into Friday, and that'll probably give a better read on what's going on because these contracts pretty much got destroyed from Theta. And yeah, like I said, we're going to need a massive move to get a 30-minute cross over here. And this 30-minute chart, very ugly at the moment, but let's say we do go up and break the 50, get a cross. Okay, market's bullish. We're focused on longs. We're looking for a 5-minute cross, looking for dips on the fib to go long after we get the 30-minute cross. That'll be the trades to look for the upside. And if we just drop tomorrow, look for your shorts, look for a put cross, look for a fib to end up shorting if we open below this 67.65 level. If the first 30-minute candle goes 10 points below this 67.65 and we close under it, that's where I'm going to be changing the fibs, and then we're going to be looking for shorts from there. So that's your pretty much plan for both sides of the market. It's very simple. Very simple. After you do this many times, the fibs get very simple on what you want to be looking for, and you don't have to take every single fib trade. Yes, we're in neutral range. Yes, can you long the fib down here? Yes. Was it a great trade? Not really, because the puts were crossing. So I rather go with the side, with the put cross on the 5-minute, because more likely that's going to end up causing this level to break, which it did. Temporarily would have been stopped on the longs anyways, but you don't have to take every trade. The fibs or the system gives. Let the probabilities be in your favor when you're taking trades. If you miss something, it doesn't matter. If it's not the best looking setup to you, and you missed out on a move, like, who cares? There's going to be better setups and better conviction plays to be taking advantage on. So when we're having a 30-minute chart in confluence with the fib level, to go short or something, like that's what you want to be looking for. But same goes with the 0DT chart. If we're getting some sort of call across and we're in buy the dip mode, okay, that's a great trade you want to be taking. And then if we get the 30-minute in confluence as well, even better. So those are trades you want to be focusing on. Stay out of the neutral mess. That's probably my best tip. If you stay out of the neutral mess, it'll make things a lot easier. Yes, you could miss trades, but at the end of the day, neutral range is the worst time to be trading. So you could just really limit your losses when you stay out of the neutral range. I did take a trade today, even though we were in that range. I was hoping for us to get more of an explosive move out of there since we were starting to break below it. So that's why I did like that trade. There was a chance for a really solid move, and worst thing that came out of this was a break-even trade. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub if you guys want to learn. Join Discord down below, and yeah, I'm out. Peace.